Can I talk about a trailer that excites me?
Talk about Ian. Talk about this is the 50th episode. I want you to be happy about a trailer.
I am so happy about a trailer.
Why is Ian always so negative about something? Ian hates everything.
I don't. And one thing I don't hate is Ash or Evil Dead. So I'm actually really goddamn excited about the Ash vs. Evil Dead trailer. Man, am I excited for this.
Upcoming Starz TV series.
I am 100% going to pay whatever money I need to pay to my cable provider to put Starz on my very basic cable. So, Evil Dead means a lot to me. I actually, as a kid, like a kid, my dad let my younger brother and I watch Army of Darkness, and I fucking loved that movie. That movie was fantastic.
It's really good.
And then I got into like late middle school, and you know I was skateboarding, and you know my friends and I were talking about movies, and they were like, "Have you ever seen Evil Dead?" I'm like, "No, I have no idea what it is." And they're like, "Oh, well, it's 3 movies: Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness." I'm like, "I've seen Army of Darkness," and they're like, "Well, then you need to see the first 2," which I did, and I love them. I love each one for a different reason. I love Evil Dead because I think it's a good zombie movie. Like Evil Dead 2 for just the absurdity of it.
Remember, they're demons, not zombies.
The demons, whatever, fine.
People in the comment section.
For the absurdity of it, and then Army of Darkness for the stop motion and all that cool stuff.
Oh, it was great. Just the humor of it.
But
it's like a John Wayne character in like a weird setting.
But I adore Bruce Campbell.
Who doesn't?
I think he's great. So, you know, he's gotten a little bit more into shape. You can see it in his arms, but he's still a little pudgy.
He's a guy in his mid-50s.
He's a guy in his mid-50s. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not an insult. He's just a guy who's getting older. But the trailer looks great. It made it look like it's going to be a good TV series. Brings back some classic elements like the chainsaw. It looks like it really... See, the thing is, they use like the same font, and I'm one of these people who pays attention to these things. And I was worried that it was going to try to go a bit darker, like the Evil Dead remake, which I didn't see. But I
didn't see. I heard it was good, but I didn't see it.
By all accounts, I heard a lot of mixed things on it, so I haven't seen it yet. But this definitely looks like it still has the very weird but very violent humor.
Oh, this is ultra violent, but still funny.
But over the top, like Evil Dead 2 was. Like, just, I mean. I loved Evil Dead 2 because, like, literally just gallons of blood everywhere, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So this... and the thing is, like, when you watch Bruce Campbell in this trailer, or in anything, really, he's ever done, the man never misses his comedic timing. He never fucking skips a beat. He's just perfect at it. So this is something... Fuck all y'all, that I am 100% looking forward to.
It's funny because when they announced the teaser like 3-4 months ago, I had no idea they were doing this. I'm like, what? I was like, because remember, like 10 years ago when people would always ask, especially doing the Spider-Man movies, because Campbell, because Raimi directed the Spider-Man movies, he put his buddy Bruce Campbell in a cameo in all 3. People always go, why don't you do another Evil Dead movie? And Raimi and Campbell were like, oh, well, he's too old now. And that was only 12 years after Army of Darkness, where they could have pulled it off still. So I said, no, he's too old. I remember one quote was like, yeah, we pulled back from a crater and it's like a pimple on Ash's old ass. I remember that as one of the quotes they always said to me. Because they would always get asked at every convention, when are you doing another movie? And they're like, we're not doing another movie. We're not doing another movie. Well, they're doing a series somehow. So I guess the timing has to be right for everything. For something like this. Where I guess it's 20 years old. It's now nostalgic for it. You know,
well, you got to think, you know, both these guys have slowed down in terms of what they're doing. People have probably stopped asking, so they're probably no longer quite as sick of being asked this question. And you can do a TV series with a smaller budget.
Smaller budget, but you have more creative freedom in terms of storylines and character arcs.
Exactly.
I'd rather see. I don't want a Star Trek movie. I want a Star Trek series.
Yes. You can have a longer arc. You can do more things with the storyline and the characters. You can flesh them out. So yeah. I mean, it's. I'm not kidding. My basic cable plan is crap right now. We got basic cable because it made our internet cheaper. But if we want to add like a station to our basic cable, it's like $28 a month. But if this is not on Hulu Plus or Amazon or something like that, like almost immediately, but I mean like almost immediately after the episode airs, I'm gonna fork over the money until the season ends.
I think you're going to be in luck, or else you can come over here and watch it. You know, I'll DVR it for you. We can have Ash vs. Evil Dead date night. We don't have enough date nights anymore.
That would be cute.
We don't do tacos anymore together.
It's because I work every Tuesday.
Well, you know,
tacos are on Tuesday.
Well, it's Taco Monday too.
Oh, is it?
Half apps all day.
Oh.
On Monday. I told you that. Yeah.
Calamari. Anyway, good calamari.
Yeah, it's great. I think it's interesting that it'll be interesting to see if an actor coming back to a role 20 years later will be able to not play himself as much as that character. People were complaining, oh, it seems like it's not the Ash of old. Well, it's 20 years later. It's going to be hard. And plus, well, maybe Bruce Campbell doesn't want to play as directly gung-ho and over-the-top machismo as he did, in 93.
Sure, but to a degree, a lot of Ash was just Bruce Campbell. I mean, yeah, obviously he was adding layers on top of it, but I think it's going to be very hard for him not to deliver, at least a little bit on the character, especially if they play into the fact that this is Ash aged as he should be since the last time we saw him.
Sure. Now people were complaining that, well, why isn't this the director? You can't do this because of the director's cut ending of Army of Darkness. He goes into the future because he does too many drops and he falls asleep for too long. I don't care. You're getting freaking Ash back.
It's Evil Dead. Shut up.
This is better. This is better than a movie.
Do people forget that the beginning of Evil Dead 2 is like a completely redone ending of Evil Dead 1?
Isn't it just a reboot? Evil Dead 2, really?
Yes. Yeah. Evil Dead 2 is basically a reboot.
A remake.
So there is no there is no precedent for this, or there is precedent for this sort of thing happening.
I just love that these television stations are doing stuff like this.
Me too.
This is like the golden age of television we were in. It basically is, with HBO and Showtime doing stuff, Starz, even like AMC and A&E putting out great shows and FX. I was like, this is it. Like, this is the best TV's ever been. You have, I'm still trying to get through the first season of True Detective. It's amazing.
I want to watch that.
See McConaughey acting against Woody Harrelson. It's like amazing. Like, you would never think of that even 10 years ago. That'd be a movie.
Is that on Netflix right now?
It's on HBO Go. So you need to have a cable thing to go on HBO Go, or you might have to get HBO Go.
Yeah, I might have to. I really want to see that.
It's fantastic. So this comes out in the fall. I'm excited. I just don't know if it's an hour long or a half-hour show. You assume it'll be an hour, but
I would assume half. But
you assume half?
I would assume half.
So like 13 episodes, half hour sort of thing.
Yeah.
So then X-Files comes back early next year.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hopefully they can reinstill my faith in that show.